All right. This is going to be problem number 3 on the Computer Science 360 practice exam. All right, so let's read the directions right now. Suppose the file foo.txt contains letters. Let's go to detail right there. And bar.txt contains numbers. All right, examine the following C code. Assume that all functions return normally. There's no errors. Further, recall that dup2 old fd copies per process descriptor table entry old fd to new fd. So basically, something like that's going on. All right. And then before we look at this code, let's look at what's being asked of us down here. Answer the following questions below. Immediately before child terminates, how many letters have been read so far? How many numbers have been read so far? Immediately before parent terminates, how many letters have been read since the child exited? How many numbers have been read since the child exited? All right. So, unfortunately, there's no like real great trick to these types of problems. You kind of just gotta go through it and like kind of pay attention to what's going on in the code. So let's look at this right here. Let's just take one lap around real quick. One lap through the code, see what's going on, and then we can really dive into it. So right off the bat, we have 4 integer variables. We got 3, I'm guessing these are file descriptors. Yep, file descriptor A, B, C, and then a process ID variable, and then a character C. All right, so then this one right here, we're opening up all 3 of our file descriptors. Cool. And then we got a fork statement right here. So we have something that's going to be child process, because a child process will have a process ID of 0. And then if PID, so that's if the process that's seeing this right now is the parent process, then we wait for the child process. Okay. And then we will do all this, another copy statement right there. We'll read some characters, we'll close one, and we'll open one again, and we'll read some more characters, and then we'll exit. All right. So it looks like right after we fork, we're going to do the child process first because the parent will wait for the child process. All right. So let's start with the child process. All right. So it looks like we're going to have to kind of keep track of what's going on with these different file descriptors. So I'm just going to do FDA, FDB, and FDC, and then I'm gonna write either C or N, or C or I for characters or integers, or actually let's just do letters and numbers, L and N, for whatever they're open to. So FDA equals open foo.txt. Foo.txt contains letters, so that's gonna be letters. FDB equals open foo.txt, that one's always going to be letters. And then FDC equals open bar.txt, so that one's going to be numbers. All right, so we are going to fork right here. Let's say we're the parent process. Our process ID is not 0 right here. We hit this statement right here. We wait, so child goes first. So we're going to be now, pretend we are the child process, right? Our process ID is going to be 0. So we go in here. Dup2 FDB, FDC. Remember, we know this. So FDBs are old in this case, and FDCs are new, file descriptor in this case. So this function copies per process descriptor table entry old FD into new FD, basically meaning that FDC is now going to be attached to foo.txt, meaning that this is no longer reading numbers, it is just reading letters. All right. So we read a character from file descriptor A, B, and C. So this gets 1 letter, and 1 letter. 3 letters total from that right there. And then we're the child process. We don't hit this statement right here. And then we do dup2 file descriptor A, file descriptor B. File descriptor A and file descriptor B at this point in time are the same. So that doesn't really do anything. So we're going to read another letter, 3 more letters. Combine these 2 together. We got 6 letters. And then we are going to close file descriptor B. All right, so let's just erase it for now because file descriptor B is closed. And then we're going to open it again to bar.txt, which contains numbers. So now we'll read numbers again. And then we're going to read from file descriptor A. File descriptor A is currently open to letters. File descriptor B is open to numbers. So this will be 1 letter, 1 number. And then file descriptor C is open to letters right now. So it's going to be 1 letter. So we're going to have 2 letters and 1 number. And if we combine all of this, we will have 8 letters and 1 number. So immediately before the child terminates, it's going to terminate right here with this exit 0 statement. How many letters have been read so far? 8. How many numbers have been read so far? 1. All right. Let's erase this. And so now we're going to do the parent process. Now let's pretend we're the parent. So, if we go back in time a little bit, remember we opened up file descriptor A to foo, which is letters. File descriptor B is foo as well. File descriptor C is bar, so it's numbers. All right, let's go back in time, all right? So we just did child, right? So child exits. Now we have this wait function right here. All right. So we are going to hit this dupe2 statement right here. FDA to FDB. FDA, FDB are both on foo.txt, so nothing's really going to happen there. And so now let's read the following statements. Read from file descriptor A. File descriptor A is on foo, so read letters, so it's going to be 1 letter. Read FDB. FDB is letters currently, so it's another letter. And then FDC, it has not been overwritten, so this will be 1 number right now. So from this, we get 2 letters, 1 number. Now we're going to close file descriptor B. All right, and immediately reopen it to bar.txt. Bar is numbers, so now file descriptor B is reading numbers. And then we're going to read 1 from each of these again. Or actually here, let me not jump the gun on this, but file descriptor A is going to be 1 letter. File descriptor B, 1 number. File descriptor C, 1 number. So we get 1 letter plus 2 numbers. So in total, we're going to have 3 letters and 3 numbers. All right. Okie dokie. So then we get 3 and 3. Let me check this is correct. It is correct. All right. That is how to do problem number 3 on the practice exam.